So for those of you that saw last week's episode, you know that effectively every single thing that we talked about with the boys club and how the charts were playing out and the consolidation ranges they were building at their last pumps, everything had played out exactly how we had said it would, right? So from Monday last week through now, Andy made a new all-time high. Wolf made a new all-time high. Pepe made a new all-time high. Brett had made a new all-time high last week, but now it's just consolidating again within that range after its previous all-time high. So quite literally everything we talked about just happened. So if you did what we were talking about last Monday, every single one of you guys are in the profit. Congratulations. You made it to crypto. You're in the profit because you followed the guys and what we were talking about in the last week's episode. And so I'm going to go, and we're going to go over the charts today, and we're going to show you exactly how everything played out from 1 week ago like we said it would, where we're at now, and then obviously talk about new entries and things that you can do in the markets now. Yeah, Ollie said fire. Ollie's getting... See, Ollie's in the chat. Guys, why Ollie's excited? I was meeting with him yesterday on Zoom. We were going over his portfolio. Ollie's in the UK. I'm not going to give away too much of his information. But Ollie...
His date of birth.
Yeah, his date of birth, his gender. So Ollie had been with me since December of 2023 is when he first reached out to me and we first started working together. Ollie's Brett bags, all of his crypto bags are minimum up 5 to 10x. 5 to 10x because he was buying Brett. Well, he wasn't buying Brett. I was paying him in Brett basically in crypto, and all of his bags are 5 to 10x right now. Okay, so the dude's fired up, but because he's been accumulating since last Q2, Q3 this year, but about to be last year. So yeah, I mean, it just comes down to the entry point. So that's why he's fired up. But anyways, Logan, what's going on? Player, good to see you.
What's up, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to get paid and appreciating paychecks. Yeah. So the one thing I wanted to go over real quick while you're getting everything pulled up was, I don't know if it happened before last Monday. I don't really remember exactly when it happened, but I wanted to talk real quick about that super spike down that happened on Bitcoin. I don't think we ever addressed it.
No.
And I just wanted to bring something up just in regards to the market makers that are behind a lot of these charts and have a lot of play in what these charts do. They have a lot of play in the price action and everything. We've talked about it a bunch of times. These markets are heavily manipulated by people that have a lot more money than us and a lot more money than you. Mm-hmm. So obviously we're trying to play the game. We're trying to play the cycles. We're trying to play the charts. We're being investors. We're not being traders because that's how you get burnt in a market that's as volatile as crypto is right now. But if you guys saw I believe it was last week, it was around I don't know what day that was.
You talking about the wick down that we had?
Yeah.
Yeah, right here. This one right here.
Okay. So yeah, that was December 5th?
Yeah, it was. I believe it was on Thursday. Let's see. Thursday. Yep, exactly.
Yep. December 5th. Okay, so that was this since last Monday. Mm-hmm. So if you guys saw, Bitcoin was up to, I believe, around 104,000. And in the matter of about 45 minutes, maybe even less, it wicked all the way down to almost sub 90,000. So something that's really important to know is a lot of people, and we've started to dabble in it a little bit. We've talked about it. Priyamo's been posting his plays and the Taylor's code, the leverage plays that he's been really doing well on. And whenever there's a lot of people who have plays on leverage, you got to think kind of like, I look at it as like people betting against the house in the casino. So imagine if you were doing a double down strategy, which Priyamo and I were dabbling a bit in the casino over the weekend. But we were doing a double down strategy playing roulette. And imagine that you're betting against the casino and you're going to do a double down strategy, but they can just continue to put more and more and more money up because they have, millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars to play with. So these people that are in long positions that are expecting to make a bunch of money from these exchanges and off the market are obviously betting heavily sometimes on the price to just go up only. And if these big exchanges know that and they have tons and tons of money to play with, they can fluctuate this price however they want to, and they can manipulate the market so heavily to liquidate those people and flush them out of their positions to make sure that those people never end up making money on their plays.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just really important to remember how manipulated the market is. You know, if you guys are getting into leverage plays, if you've been following what Priamo's been putting in the Taylor's code, just make sure you are being careful. You know, make sure you remember that it is gambling. At the end of the day, it's calculated. Obviously, we're doing it for a reason,
Right.
but shit like this can happen. And if it can happen in Bitcoin, I promise you that it can happen in smaller cap meme coins because the price is a lot easier to manipulate.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just remember this stuff happens for a reason. It's not just completely random. And that's why we're investing, we're not trading.
Exactly. And so that's what it's so when you guys are trading futures, and I'm not recommending that you do, definitely not, especially if this is how, because listen, it gets so degenerate. You guys who are degenerate gamblers and degenerate sports bettors and all these things, you're going to be the guys who are going to be sliding that leverage button up to 50x trying to get, a 10,000% return on $1,000. If that's going to be your mindset and that's going to be your approach to the markets and that's the majority of what you're doing, then yeah, you're going to lose all your money. Okay, this is not what we would recommend to do. But it's important to understand why these wicks happen, like Logan was talking about. So basically, whenever you're trading futures, you're trading paper currency. Okay, so you're not trading the actual physical asset. When you guys are in spot Bitcoin, spot Ethereum, the actual asset itself, whenever you buy it and you own it, it's not physical. You can hold it in your hand, but that's the real asset that you're trading. You have the asset. When you're trading futures or perps with leverage, you're trading paper. So you're not actually buying the asset to then sell it at a higher price. What you're doing is you're just placing a bet, like Logan was talking about. It literally is gambling. You're just betting if the asset's going to appreciate or the asset's going to depreciate, depending if you're long or short on that perp. So what the market makers have to do, and this is the sign of a healthy market, is they're going to go ahead and fuck somebody over. Somebody's going to get fucked, okay? Because somebody has to make money. In order for somebody to make money, somebody has to lose money. So what guys think they're going to do is, okay, I'm going to be smart. I came to the markets late, right? I'm showing up, December. I only got $5,000. I'm trying to retire this bull run. How can I make $5,000 to $1 million? Okay, perps. I'm going to put a fucking 50x, 75x trade on Bitcoin, and I'm going to ride this thing to Valhalla. So when it goes to 200K, I'm up, $1 million, whatever. This is how people think. So the market makers understand that, sure. So what happens is people will show up late to the party on these perps, and within the span of one day, look at this. So I lined the two lines out. In the span of literally one day, Bitcoin breaks 100,000. Bitcoin looks like it's pumping to 104K. We think it's going to go to the next level of 115, 120, 120,000. So these guys who open up these longs late, or even opened up longs over here, 99K, or opened it up on this uptrend, 98K, 94K, anybody between 94 to 100,000 that opened up a long, before they send Bitcoin on its next leg higher, these exchanges, these markets are going to blow these fucking perps out. They're going to blow these people out on their longs, take all their money, and then send the market up higher afterwards. Because otherwise, if they just keep sending the market up in an uptrend straight up all the time, then everybody's just going to place longs and just rinse these exchanges for these longs. So what they did is in the span of a day, they went from 104K almost, and they wicked it all the way down to 91K. That's a $13,000, $14,000 move. That's not a little. That's a fucking massive move in the span of 12 hours, 24 hours. And then if you were actually watching like me and Logan, where I had the chart up when this shit was happening. I saw it wick down. That wick down to 91K got eaten up within 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Not even. And no joke. It went from 100 grand plus down to 91K, and then it was already back up to where it closed at 97K within minutes. That's how quick it happens. And the reason it happens that quick is the sole purpose of that move is to blow out leverage traders. So that's why you got to be careful whenever you guys are playing leverage, because that's just what they're going to do to you. They're going to it's paper that you're trading. So they're just going to fucking blast you out and fucking if you're not positioning well on these longs and on these shorts.